Hey, so how's everybody doing out there today? I hope you're all safe and well. I started going through this box on a video that I made public for everybody just to see, let people get a chance to see what goes on inside Patreon. And it's a bunch of stuff that I haven't looked at in years. And there's still a bit in here, so I figured we would finish it today just for you guys. So let's see what else we got going on. We got a bunch of newspaper articles from over the years. Pittsburgh in 2008. Oh, this one's kind of cool. This is March 2007 Fabrik, which is German. And yeah, I guess it's a Dark Star Orchestra over Germany, which is kind of cool. They used a really old photo, but still, I have no idea what it says, but I'm sure they're talking about us. A bunch of German words and then our names, and a bunch more German words and then Bob Weir, and a bunch of German words. But very cool. Some German press, if you will. Patches, backstage passes, pins. What else we got? Oh yeah, Life on the Golden Road. This was an auction in 2007. It was an auction of Ramrod's collection, one of the crew members from the Dead. All kinds of stuff from Jerry and guitars and whatnot. And the Travis Bean went up on this one. Some acoustic guitars. There were some big ticket items on this one. Jerry's first Doug Irwin guitar. But I ended up buying a lot, one lot at this that was... There was some cables from Club Front and an unboxed JBL speaker that was addressed to Garcia that had never been used. I actually ended up selling that to JK, who was still in the band at the time. But the one thing that I got out of it that was really cool was a bunch of the tools that Mickey Hart used on the Beam. And there was a set of like 5 or 6 of them. They all had autographs on them. So I took one, and it must still be on the road, that I took one and put it aside, and the rest of them I actually use in concert on the Beam, so it's kind of cool to have some stuff that he used. Okay, another tie-dye ball. Wow, when's this one from? October 4th at the Fillmore in San Francisco. I don't know what year. It's pretty cool artwork, and it's autographed by the band. It's Kevin Rosen, so it's at least 2000, and John, so it's at least 2009 or earlier. This is really cool. I've never seen this. I don't remember this at all. It's a picture of David Gans and Scott, rest his soul, playing the accordion, and it says, "Dear Scott, when accordions are outlawed, only outlaws will have accordions. Your friend David Gans." That's pretty cool. I didn't know I had this, and I'm really glad to have this in my collection. That's awesome. Let's see, what else? 2006. Now we're really getting into some old stuff. Oh my God. Wow. Didn't know I had that either. I don't know where that came from, but that's really, really awesome. You know, for those of you that weren't around when Scott was still with us, he passed away in 2005, but he's really the reason Dark Star Orchestra exists. Him and John started this whole thing, and Scott was really the one to take us out there and get us on a national stage, you know, and find us an agent and make it happen. And I miss him very much. Another black tie-dye ball. I think that's the same one, just a different poster. Oh, wow. I didn't know I had these. Little versions of that poster that I'm offering up to the $25 level. But this is really cool. So I have a bunch of these little ones. Wow. I'm really digging this. I hope you guys are too, because I'm finding all kinds of stuff I didn't know I had. Dark Star Orchestra, Rex Foundation fundraiser at the Fillmore in San Francisco from 2005. I don't know what's on this, but I'll probably never find out because I don't think people even have things to look at these with anymore. Wow. 2002 at the Georgia Theater. That's a really cool one also. Wow, that's pretty hip. Let's see if I turn that light off. Does the glare go away? Yeah, kind of, sort of. So, yeah. Just all kinds of gems, man. All kinds of old stuff. Higher Ground, 2004. Oh, I remember this one. The Jacob Fred Jazz Odyssey. New Year's Eve, 2002, 2003. For those of you that didn't know the Jacob Fred Jazz Odyssey, one of the coolest bands out there, and one of their former members is Reed Mathis, who I'm going to have on a future episode. He plays now, lives in San Francisco, plays with Billy quite a bit, Tea Leaf Green, some other stuff. Another Jacob Fred poster. Wow, double-sided. Early posters when you didn't really... This was kind of a generic one that you would send to everybody with a blank thing there so they could just write in the venue and the date. That's old school. Same thing. Wow. Bunch of those. Maybe I'll have to auction off one of those as well. These are all different versions of that early fill in the blanks here. We'll send it to you ourselves. Kind of posters. Gosh, got a lot of those. A lot more. All right, this is, wow, this is really cool too. Our very first festival before Grateful Fest and Dark Star Jubilee, we did something called Dark Star Jam. It was 2002, I think, maybe. I'm not sure, but the first night we had Mr. Blottos from Chicago, Los Lobos, who is one of my favorite bands of all time, Vince Welnick, David Nelson, Vassar. The cool one about this for me was, this is when I met Los Lobos for the first time. And I had been a fan of theirs since the mid-'80s. And got to sit in with them that night and have become really good friends with them and play with them quite a bit on percussion, which is just such a treat, a dream, really. They came to Jamaica with us a few years ago, and I got to play every note with them. They're just so generous to let me play with them, and I absolutely love their music, so it's a blast. I always thought this one was pretty cool, the Mountains playing the guitar. I got a couple of those too. Fox Theater, I think, in Boulder, Colorado. I know it's in Boulder. I just don't remember if it was the Fox. 2004. What else we got in here? Some more newspaper articles from Springfield, Missouri, 2004. It's quite possible that 2004 was the last time we played in Springfield, Missouri. Some more copies of magazines, just all kinds of stuff, man. It's interesting, the deeper down I get, the more newspaper articles there are. I guess at the beginning I saved a lot of those. And as time has gone on, just haven't really, there's been, you know, when it first started I thought that was so cool because it was a new band and we were getting press. But over the years there's just been so much of it, you can't save them all. All kinds of pins and buttons in here, good Lord. Over the years, let's see what we got. We got some Scott Larned. These are after he passed away from his memorial. Halloween, oh, Halloween 2003 right here in St. Louis at the pageant. A generic Dark Star. I don't even know where these come from, to be honest with you. Another generic Dark Star. This one's actually our Fillmore poster from 2007, which I am giving away, and somebody just claimed it. Thank you, Benjamin Lewis. Grateful Fest number 4. Nelson Ledges, 2003. It's really cool. I just didn't know I had all this stuff in there. one day, way down the road, looking back on this, it's going to be pretty neat to have all this stuff. Getting to the bottom here. A whole, wow. A whole stack of CDs. They look like they're all from 2004 and 2005. Crazy. I don't even... So much of this stuff, I don't know where I accumulated it from. Well, I'm not short on any Rolling Stone copies from 2002 when we were in Rolling Stone. Wow. Now we're getting down to the bottom on that. Let's see. What are these? Trading cards? Well, there is a pack of baseball cards in there. I'm going to have to open them and see if it's anything worth value. I don't even know where that came from. And yeah, some Dark Star Orchestra trading cards from 2014. Oh, I know what these are from. These are from a show we did here in St. Louis, outdoors, in a parking lot at the old Rock House. That was an interesting night, oddly enough. This is a perfect place to end. So we did this show outdoors, and down on the parking lot here in St. Louis. And our opening band that night was actually my partners, the Brothers Lazaroff. We had them open on a smaller stage right next to us. So they've been friends of mine since we were little kids, and now they're my co-producers of this podcast. You should check them all out. They're called Brothers Lazaroff, and they're a great songwriting team with a killer band. This might be the very first Dark Star, no, 4th annual Dark Star Jubilee. Who was on this one? Let's see. We got the Jeff Austin Band. I miss Jeff a lot. Dark Star, Melvin and JGB. Keller and the Keels, Railroad Earth, Peter Rowan, Moon Alice, Robert Randolph, Steep Canyon Rangers, the Nth Power, the Kyle Hollingsworth Band, and this is the one that Los Lobos played on, and that was a fun night too. That night was me, Jeff Mattson, and Robert Randolph all sitting in with Los Lobos at once. And I'm pretty sure that stuff's up on YouTube as well. So anyway, that is the treasure chest. Pretty cool to go through that for the first time ever. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is the notes. Gosh. These are the notes from a speech I gave. Whatever year Grateful Dead 50 was, the night before it, we played in Chicago, and it was Scott's birthday. And we brought his parents and his family out to the show, and I made a speech from the stage about Scott. And I honestly thought I lost this. I thought I threw it away. I didn't know I had this. And some nice notes from Scott's family after the fact. Thanks to you and all the band for scheduling this concert on Scott's birthday. We loved seeing the band, especially Georgia, who was thoroughly impressed to see what her dad had started. It is a tribute to all of you that you are continuing his dream. Your speech was wonderful and meant a lot to all of us. It was great seeing you and some of the old, and to meet some of the new band members. Keep on trucking and let us know when you are in Chicago. Fondly, Polly Larned and family. That's really hit. And then I think we handed these out that night. Scott Larned, and then Scott Larned, the orchestra's original conductor, and then a whole thing about how he got the band started with John. So, yeah, man, this has been quite the trip down memory lane going through this. Thanks for sharing it with me. I appreciate it.